people get into this work to help individuals, to get people to a place of independence and self-sufficiency. But in order to do that, you're also walking through their lives with them.
So the work that we do in Human Services is really tough. So we're working with a lot of people, whether they're walking in our doors or we're going to their house, and we're learning more about their life situation, and usually they're not coming to us on their best days. So that secondary trauma that we experience as Human Services employees is something that we try to address with the peer program. In addition, we're looking at how we onboarded people, and it was kind of all across the board prior to peer.
So if an employee or any staff person who is experiencing this type of work, or burnout in any job really, doesn't feel supported by their employer, by their coworkers, by the larger organization, are ultimately going to look for another job. And so our goal was to give people the tools to not only help themselves, but also their supervisors, to give them the tools to see in their staff when maybe they're struggling, so that ultimately we could help that staff work through whatever that challenge might be and then retain them here. To have staff turnover is time consuming, it's costly, and it ultimately is a detriment to our community.
The process of interviewing for and being hired on, as well as the onboarding process here at Larimer County, was one of the most amazing things that I have ever been a part of. I don't think I have ever felt more included, more thought after. It was an amazing experience where I really felt like they wanted me here, and they wanted to make sure that I had all the tools I needed to succeed in my position, to succeed in Larimer County, and then also just to succeed with my career development. The first day, I was greeted by a peer navigator, and I was met, handshake, and then a tour of the building that I was actually assigned to. From the very moment, I felt that I was being led in the right direction, both metaphorically and physically. And then the second day, I worked with an ambassador, and they supported directly with making sure that I had all the physical tools that I needed to make sure that I'm performing my job well.
After the navigator for 6 months, we kind of transfer everything over to our ambassadors, and our ambassadors are there to provide support on a one-on-one basis to our employees. So if someone had a hard situation with somebody that walked in the door or somebody that they visited in their home, they can actually call on this ambassador that they choose from a list and talk through this problem that they had in the situation, so that they can work through their feelings and their thoughts about it.
I think what's most innovative about peer is that it came from the staff. It came from staff sharing through different assessments and surveys that they needed support. What did they need? Where did they feel comfortable going for help? Who did they feel like they could go to? And we took that information as leadership here and said, we're going to build something around what they say they want. We're going to engage staff at every level to help us create this from the bottom up. And being very mindful about what our work is, and it's specific to the people who work here, this community, and the challenges that they face.